What's going on? What's going on? Hey, listen, I want to share with y'all. I'm gonna bring y'all into my world real quick. My world of business. I want to share with y'all how I had to handle a disgruntled customer recently. Very disgruntled customer. And how I had to put on my professional hat, handle it like a professional, not stoop down to their level, and control my responses, because that's one thing as humans that we got full control over is how we respond to things. And I'm gonna pat myself on the back on how I responded, because the old me would have responded differently. But before we get into it, I gotta play my theme music. Here it go. I drink my Gatorade. Yeah, teach you how to control, be in control of things. Boston show. All right. I had to play my theme music real quick. So check it. For those who don't know, I got a couple cars on Turo. I've been doing that since like the pandemic. All right, 2020. So let's jump right into it. Had a young lady who needed a vehicle. She hit me up via Facebook, I believe. First, yeah. Initial conversation came through Facebook because that's one of the platforms where I'll post some of my cars on Marketplace. So like I have them on Turo, and then I also put them on Facebook Marketplace because I know people are always on there searching for things, and you get a lot more traction too just posting it on there. So they'll reply like, "Hey, I want to book this car," and then I usually just send them the link. It's real simple. So it's kind of like another way to generate leads. So all right. So the young lady hit me up via Facebook asking about a specific car. She let me know that she needed for a long period of time. And this was from July, the end of July, so going into August. So let's say August until the end of December. So she needed it for that time frame. Now, if she were to book through Turo, this car was gonna cost her roughly about 6,000, damn near $7,000 if she was to book from August to December. Now she couldn't book through Turo for whatever reason, and she gave me her sob story on how her and her kids are, looking for a place to stay. She don't have a car right now. She makes money because she does delivery type services and she has no problem paying it, but she just can't pay it in one lump sum. Would I be open to doing like daily payments with her? So I pondered on it for a little minute and I thought about it. I was like, damn, sound like she trying. If I was in her situation and I'm reaching out, I want somebody to help me. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and help her out. So I put a contract together. So this will be considered a private rental now. It's not on Turo. So this is a private rental. Drafted up the contract for her. She signed it. I told her that it would be a $250 deposit, and the deposit would be refundable as long as the car is brought back how it was received. That's fair. So put that in the contract. Now, I gave her leeway in so many different areas. One, let's start with the deposit. The deposit was $250. She asked could she break up the deposit? Could she pay $125 one week and $125 the next week? I pondered on it for a little minute and I said, okay, sister sound like she trying to make it. I understand the economy is tough right now. She trying to get it. Let me help her out. Cool, we can go with that. So I drafted that in the contract. I should receive the deposit on this day, and I'm gonna receive the other back end of the deposit on this day. And she did. She followed suit on all that. 125 on this day, and then probably less than a week later, another 125. So that's her deposit. All right. So instead of having her pay $60 a day for this vehicle, I gave her a discount to $40 a day. All right. $20 discount. So it's $40 a day that she was paying. So she was making daily payments. So every day she would send a payment to me of $40. And I had her sending it via Cash App. And I also want to let people know if you're a person and you receiving payments, if you renting a car and you doing the private rentals and people are paying you via Cash App, make sure when you draw up them contracts, not only do you get their signature and their ID, make them put their thumbprint or index finger, but preferably their thumbprint. You could buy the little thing from Walmart or Target, like $5 and some change, and get a thumbprint on there, just in case if they ever try to go back and call their bank and say these were fraudulent charges or whatever. On your defense, not only will you have their signature and a picture of their ID, you got a thumbprint too. So you got a fingerprint. So they can't deny that that's your fingerprint. All right, so just a little tip. All right, so boom, she's in the car. She got the car. She paid the deposit. She paid for the first day, and she made her payments every single day. About 2 weeks into having the vehicle, she hit me up and said, "Oh my gosh, a roach crawled on me." I'm thinking, like, a roach? Where do roaches come from? Because this is a car that has been booked for a year straight. Nobody never has said anything about roaches. I've had 2 issues that people had a problem with. 1, the AC went out. I went and got that fixed. And 2, the wiper blades needed to be replaced, and I got that fixed. Only 2 issues. I'm pretty much on top of my cars. I make sure the tires are on point. I make sure that the oil changes is on point. Anything that needs to go on, that I make sure them cars are running tip top shape, because them are money makers. So I got to make sure they're on point. All right, so she hit me up 2 weeks in telling me that it's some roaches or whatever. So I set up a time to go and see the vehicle so I can take it and go bomb it out. See what the hell, where these roaches coming from? Now, initially I told her, well, damn, this probably had to be a guest before you, but 2 weeks in, I'm thinking like, okay, really think nothing of it. But then when I got to the car, the very first time I got to the car after giving it to her 2 weeks prior to going to go bomb it out, I noticed when I got in the car that she had like food in there, and they had like spaghetti and sauce and all this other stuff pretty much eating in the car, her and her children. So I believe she had 2 girls, but her and her children. So I take it, bomb it out. I see roaches come out and stuff, like, yeah, and they dying left and right. Get the car back to her the same day. Technically, I needed a little bit more time, but I knew she used that car to work. I think she does some type of delivery services. So she used the car to work. All right. So the car got bombed out. Really needed more time for it to really do its job, but within that short time frame, just tried to minimize the problem. I didn't hear from her about any roaches until about 3 weeks later, when she mentioned again about a roach, and a roach crawled on her or whatever. And I started to track her where she was at, where she's at with this car. And I noticed that at nights, she would be at like the most little rinky dinkiest motels that you could be at, like the King's Inn or the Snooty Fox. She would be at the most rinky dinkiest motels that you could be in. Now, those places are most times are not the cleanest or whatever. So I was like, okay, either A, you picking this stuff up from these places, or B, these things have already been with you and your children and they traveling with y'all, because there's never been an incident of anybody claiming about any roaches in a vehicle of mine. Never. So again, the second time I try to get this car, I tell her, because I done had enough with this roach stuff. I said, hey, listen, if I can't get this car, if I can't get it fixed, if it's still an issue, I would rather just give me the car back, and I'll give you your deposit. Granted that the car is in the same condition that it is when you got it. She was like, no, I still need the car. We gotta figure something out, or this, that, third. Okay. All right. And then a couple of weeks will go by, and then I get a text from her saying, hey, I think I'm gonna have to return the car because a roach crawled on me. And I asked her where they come from, where I'm trying to see where, so we go get this issue solved, because once I get you out the car, I need to go get this solved so this car could be back on the road so we don't have no issues. I get the car from her, and the $250 deposit is in the contract, states that it would take 3 days for her to get the money back, because I still got to make sure that my car, there's no issues with the vehicle. just like if you go rent a car from Enterprise or Hertz or whatever, you don't get your refund, you don't get your deposit back immediately. It could take 3 to 5 business days when they refund you. So I told her 3 days. This would allow me time to go get the car looked at. I noticed once I got in the car, it was a little shaky. It wasn't in the same. I was like, what's going on with it? So I take it to my mechanic and see what's going on. And basically the shocks are off and it needs little parts replaced. I'm like, man, this is gonna be cost me $350 to get this stuff fixed. Now she's waiting on her $250. On top of that, I still had to make sure that these is no roaches in there completely. So we had to take the inside of the car apart, okay, completely bomb it like for 2 days straight, put some roach gel in there, something called roach gel, which roaches will eat, take it back to the nest and kill all the roaches and let it sit. So that was like a 4-day process on top of the mechanic fixing the stuff so that the car can drive right. Cause I need to get this car back on the road. The longer it sit, the more money I lose. All right. So we come to the 3rd day of where she's expecting her deposit. She sends me a message. And at the time I was super busy, so I didn't reply right then and there. So then she sent another message and I said, oh snap, I forgot to hit her back. And I let her know what is going on. And I asked her, hey, when did this start shake? The car started shaking and stuff. Like, it's costing me $350 to get this fixed. When did this happen? Because you never brought this to my attention. Immediately she snapped and she got very, very, very angry. And she started cursing me out. And she said, we ain't gonna I can't use the F word on here because they'll kick me off. Fudge. Let's just use fudge. She said, you got me fudged up. Fudge ninja, you gonna give me my money back. You gonna give me my money. You trying to keep my money. You trying to keep my money. Wasn't trying to keep her money. I wanted to know what the issue was, because if I'm paying for something, in the contract it states that you pretty much forfeit this $250 if it's not brought back in the same condition. And it wasn't. She knew it wasn't. Even the way she returned it, it was kind of odd. It was just on a random day and she was like, hey, I don't need it no more. And I was like, okay, that was kind of strange. And so you breaching contract already anyways. All right, cool. So when I found out that it does need all this work and I bring it to her attention, she snaps. And she snapped big time. She telling me I better give her money now or it's going to be a problem and all this other stuff. So she's threatening me at this point in time. When she said, give me my money or it's going to be a problem, I said, well, hey, how about this? I choose problem. I'm just choose problem. I want the problem. What's the problem? Let's go that route. You need to just send me my money now, fudge ninja. Send me my fudging money. I said, no, I want to go with the problem. You gave me a choice. You gave me A or B. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. So, all right, we get to that point where she just cursing, she's sending me long paragraph messages. And then I finally get a chance to call her. At this particular time, I'm picking up my daughter from daycare. So I tell her, hey, give me a few minutes. I'll call you back. I'm going to call you. That wasn't enough for her. Fudge ninja, you better give me my money. You better give me now. It's going to be a problem. I'm a fudge you up. You got the wrong BITCH. She just going in. It's a black lady. She even tried to play the black card on me. She was throwing it back. This is crazy how we do one another. And I'm thinking like, listen to how you are acting. And how I'm talking right now is how I was talking to her on the phone. Matter of fact, I let her just go off for like 2 minutes, just cursing this, down, and third, until she started cursing the nuts. I got the phone. It's playing through my speaker on the car. I got my daughter in the car seat. She's 2. I tell her, I said, hey, pipe it down. My daughter can hear this. Fudge ninja, I don't give a damn. You better give me back my money. So immediately I take her off of that, put my headphones in so I could speak to her. Couldn't get no word in, so I just let her get all her stuff out. Once she got all her stuff out, I said, listen, I can handle this 2 ways. I could be a dick and just say F it and keep the money. Or you know what? I thought about it for a second. Once I got off the phone with her, as I'm pulling up to the house, I prayed real quick. And God was like, just give her back the money. I'm dealing with her right now. God is dealing with her right now. she was already in between places. She even at one point in time asked me could she book a weekend at my Airbnb. So she doesn't have a car. She doesn't have a place to stay. She's in between a lot of stuff, and she's very, very, very angry. And this 250 probably meant everything to her. To the point when she was telling me I'm gonna give her back her money, she's telling me I'm a broke ninja. You broke ass ninja. I'm like, I'm the broke one. Oh, okay. I'm the broke one. Okay, I'll be the broke one. Yeah, broke ass ninja. You better give me back my fudging money. It's gonna be a problem. And I'm like, well, I'll take the problem then. But like I said, I prayed on it. So I could have responded in a certain manner and went down this route with her how she wanted me to, but I chose not to. All right. So that's what this whole message is about, to let you know that we got choice in how we respond to things. After I prayed real quick, I just heard God say, send her the money back. And immediately I sent her the money back. Like, hey, send her the money back, and I blocked her. Don't you ever call me. Don't you ever in your life think you could reach out to me for anything, because she's going to need me way before I need her. But just so you guys know, in life, man, it's all about how you treat people. Just her manner, her tone and everything could have been a whole lot different. I was talking to her in the most calmest manner that I could, even with all the cursing. Never tried to raise my voice at her, because I didn't see no point in doing so. I was really trying to have a conversation with her about what was happening with this car, and how it got to this point. But she was so bent on the money and cursing me out and telling me what she gonna do. She even said she gonna sue me, and I'm like, how you don't even have the money to go to the court? How you gonna sue anybody? You don't have no money to go to no court. You barely could afford to book this car. I had you on daily payments. You had to break up your deposit. You're asking me, can you get my Airbnb? What money you gonna use to sue me? It is what it is. But just know, if you're dealing with people, man, you have full control over how you respond. All right. And then fall back. Let God deal with them. That type of individual, I'm letting God deal with her. She can't, there's nothing that she can say or do that's going to bother me or whatever. See, God got the last laugh. He handling her, and he handling her right now in this present time. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Excuse me. I didn't know it was going to go that long, but I had to get the full story out. So you can see, man, sometimes you're going to deal with some people that's just that spirit. I even deleted her messages out my phone. I didn't want that spirit in my phone. So all those little negative messages and stuff like that, man, I just deleted that stuff out my phone. I blocked her, then deleted it. I don't want to see that. I don't want that spirit in my phone. Gone, devil. Get on. You can't be around here in no way, shape, or form. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have full control over how you respond. It's all up to you. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day or evening. And if you need a car to rent on Turo and you in the state of Florida and you in Jacksonville specifically, holla at your boy. And if you need an Airbnb, somewhere to stay for the weekend, for the week, and you in Jacksonville, Florida, holla at your boy. Don't bring the roaches though. Keep the roaches where they at. All right. I'll holla.